pajamas on. And I'm right in the living room by this lovely, lovely Christmas tree. So of course the story we read tonight has to be a little bit festive as well, which is why I chose the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker, the Nutcracker, the Nutcracker. Now, I've never read this book. I just picked it up today. I thought it was perfect for this video, so I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And I've always been a huge fan of the sort of librarian style where the reader flips through the pages and shows off each illustration. So that's the style I'm going for tonight. I hope it's very relaxing and reminds you a little bit of your childhood in a warm, cozy kind of way. So, without further ado, let's get started. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this one. And of course, as always, let me know what you would like to see next. I have some ideas in motion, but I always love to hear from you. So, without further ado, the Nutcracker. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is by, illustrated by Valeria Docampo, based on the New York City Ballet production of George Balanchine's The Nutcracker. Chances are I am pronouncing that incorrectly, but that's okay. That's okay. It was Christmas Eve at the Stahlbaum's house, and like children everywhere, Mary and Fritz were so excited that they could feel their toes tingle, 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 tingle. Their parents were decorating the Christmas tree before the big holiday party, and Mary and Fritz were not allowed into the great room until it was done. They jostled each other to sneak a peek at the glittering tree through the keyhole. At last the guests arrived, and the doors were thrown open. "Let the party begin," everyone cried, as they joyfully filled the festive room. It's beautiful, beautiful illustrations. I know you guys always want to see the photos and illustrations, so I hope you enjoy this view. Okay. The children danced and played, and everyone was merry until the lights flickered and the room grew dark. A mysterious man with a young boy entered from the shadows, the shadows, the shadows. The man was dressed all in black, with a huge fluttering cape. The children scurried to hide behind their parents, just as he paused and flung back his cape over his shoulder. Ah, there was nothing to fear. It was just Herr Drosselmeyer, Marie's loved godfather. Marie flew into his arms for a hug and shyly met his young nephew. Herr Drosselmeyer was a toy inventor, and a visit from him was always full of surprises. The curious children, their eyes full of wonder, gathered around 3 huge boxes he had brought with him. Suddenly, the boxes sprang open, and out leaped one life-size doll. Then another, and then another. The dolls danced for the delighted crowd. As the celebration continued, Herr Drosselmeyer beckoned to Marie. He had a special gift for her, a nutcracker. The nutcracker was dressed as a handsome soldier with a white beard. Herr Drosselmeyer showed Marie how the nutcracker could open and snap his mouth to crack nuts for everyone. Crack, 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 crack. Marie was enjoying cracking nuts and passing them out to children when suddenly jealous Fritz swooped in and snatched the nutcracker from her. He swung it around the room and smashed it down onto the floor with a loud bang. Marie burst into tears. Her beloved nutcracker was broken. But Herr Drosselmeyer knew just how to fix the nutcracker. He tied a scarf around the nutcracker's head like a bandage and handed him back to Marie, who cradled him in her arms. Then Herr Drosselmeyer's nephew gave Marie a tiny bed that was the perfect size for a nutcracker, and Marie nestled him in to rest. The party was coming to a close, and everyone joined in for one last grand dance. When the music ended, the guests bundled up and made their way out into the frosty night air. Marie waved goodbye to her dear godfather and his handsome nephew. It had been a long evening, and it was time for bed. Time for bed, 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 time for bed. During the night, Marie awoke, remembering that the nutcracker was alone downstairs in his bed. She ran down to scoop him up. With the nutcracker safely in her arms, she curled up on the sofa and drifted back to sleep in the soft glow of the Christmas tree. She hadn't been asleep for long when Herr Drosselmeyer slipped back into the house to properly mend the nutcracker. He gently slid him out of Marie's arms, repaired him under the light of the moon, and disappeared into the darkness. But then strange things began to happen. At the stroke of midnight, Marie was pulled from her sleep by the clock chimes. She rubbed her eyes in surprise. Great big mice appeared from the shadows and began to scurry across the room. With a rumble and a shake, the tree began to grow before her eyes. The lights were flashing brightly as it rose higher and higher and higher and higher. Marie had never seen anything so big. Isn't that so pretty? I love this. Then Fritz's toy soldiers sprang to life. They marched in to battle the mice. The mice were led by fierce and terrible Mouse King, who wore a shiny crown on his head. Then the Nutcracker himself came to life, growing until he was the size of Marie. His bed, now huge, spun around and around and around and around and around. The Nutcracker leapt out of the bed to lead the battle against the mice. The Mouse King towered over the Nutcracker, taunting him, when a quick-thinking Marie threw her slipper and it landed on the king's head. He turned to look away, and the Nutcracker toppled him over. The Nutcracker triumphantly claimed the Mouse King's prince gallantly placed the crown on top of Marie's head and led her by the hand into the starry night, beyond her house and deep into the forest toward the Christmas star. Snow began to fall, and the glistening flakes began to dance. These pages are so pretty. The prince took Marie on a fantastic journey. They boarded a cozy walnut boat and sailed into the night, soon landing in an enchanted kingdom called the Land of Sweets. The Land of Sweets was a magical place filled with candy dripping and icing and magnificent, delicious colors as far as the eye could see. News of their arrival traveled fast, and Marie and the prince were greeted by the Sugar Plum Fairy, who reigned over the land. She welcomed them with a curtsy, and with a wave of her sparkly wand, a host of delights from her kingdom appeared before them. The prince told the story of their great battle with the Mouse King. "Oh, you are both very brave," the Sugar Plum Fairy said. Sugar Plum Fairy said. Then she invited them to celebrate by settling in two magnificent candy thrones, with big bowls of chocolate, cake, and ice cream set before them. The Sugar Plum Fairy summoned everyone in the Land of Sweets to dance for the prince and Marie in honor of their victory. First, there was a delightful dance of spicy Spanish hot chocolate, heralded by the call of trumpets and snapping fingers. Next came the mysterious Arabian coffee dance that ended with the tinkling of tiny cymbals, giving way to the explosive leaps and turns of Chinese tea. Are you getting sleepy yet? The jumping candy canes emerged next, leaping high into the air and dancing through hoops. What could come after candy canes? Marzipan shepherdesses stepped out, tiptoeing delicately while playing their flutes. The biggest surprise of all was the gigantic Mother Ginger, who swaggered before them. All of a sudden, 8 tiny clowns called polichinelles sprang from beneath her skirt and danced to the rhythm of her tambourine. As Mother Ginger scooted her children off, a garden of flowers appeared. Amid the blooms was the shimmering dewdrop fairy, and with each step she brought every single petal to life in blossoming swirls of pink, 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 pink. Finally, the regal Sugar Plum Fairy returned with her noble cavalier. They floated gracefully about, and then she spun faster and faster and faster before leaping into his arms. It was all so deliciously marvelous. With an prince to leave the land of sweets and return to their families. As the lovely snow continued to fall, they climbed into a beautiful sleigh pulled by magical reindeer. Marie and the prince turned to wave goodbye to their new friends as they rose higher and higher and higher and higher and higher into the sky, away from their sweet celebration and into the starry night. And that is the end of the story. However, there is a list of fun facts here that I'm going to read to you as well. Okay, so here we go with some fun facts. The Christmas tree grows to a full height of 41 feet and weighs 1 ton. 1 ton. 50 pounds of paper snow is used to create the snowstorm that ends the first act of the ballet. There are 144 jingle bells on each of the candy cane costumes. That is crazy to me. Mother Ginger's skirt weighs 85 pounds and is 9 feet wide. There are nearly 1 million watts of lighting used in the ballet's grand finale. Each performance features more than 50 dancers and more than 60 children from the School of American Ballet, the official school of NYCB. More than 150 costumes are worn by the cast. And last but not least, 62 musicians play in the orchestra. That is wild. Wow. So, if you want to just see what that looks like, it's just a list of fun facts. And then some more information about the play. And that is it. That is the entire story. So, I really enjoyed this story. However, I do have to note that the Nutcracker is a bit of a sore spot for me, because in the 4th grade, it was just tradition that every student would participate in the school's Nutcracker play. It was for 4th graders only. It was in our elementary school. And I can't remember what happened exactly, but for some reason our grade was not able to do it. And I had looked forward to it since I got into the elementary school. And my grade was the only grade that did not perform the Nutcracker. And to this day, I'm still a little bit bitter about it. I can't help it. I wanted to do it so badly. But that's okay. You can't win them all. Here's a cute little picture on the back as well. So again, this was illustrated by Valeria DeCampo. Again, definitely probably saying that wrong. But it's based on the New York City Ballet production of George Balanchine's The Nutcracker. So, I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. I hope you liked looking at the picture. pictures as well. I thought they were really pretty myself, so it's definitely a story I will probably read again just because, I don't know, I feel like those types of images are so relaxing and calming and really get me in the spirit of the holiday season. So hopefully you felt similarly. But again, like I said earlier, I really hope you all are doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section below. And I will try to put out some more videos very soon. I will do my very, very best. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will be back very soon with